Experts say the United States is currently grappling with a fourth wave of the opioid crisis. They say this new phase is being driven by overdose deaths stemming from the consumption of a toxic combination of stimulants and fentanyl. According to a new study, the number of overdoses involving fentanyl and a stimulant increased more than 50-fold between 2010 and 2021. Now, a colorful drug targeted at young users has made its way to streets in the Queen City.
And CMPD made an arrest last week after discovering Rainbow Fentanyl. That's what you're looking at there in those pictures. Well, CMPD also saying that those officers are now treating addiction stress, say that there now is a long way to be able to go in the battle against the deadly drug. Queen City News anchor Will Lewis is live outside of CMPD headquarters. Will, we know Rainbow Fentanyl is targeting younger people, but right now there's another concern, right?
That's right, Alicia and Morgan, and it's the packaging. So last week, CMPD seized over 3 kilos of the drug, but they say they also seized a pill-making machine. Now, police say that machine made OxyContin and says an unknowing buyer could be getting a deadly dose of fentanyl. Charlotte-Mecklenburg police taking more drugs off the streets.
An officer was alerted to this house and immediately recognized it as being a major issue. And then using our resources, the DEA came in to help.
Police in the North Tryon Division seized over 3 kilograms of Rainbow Fentanyl. The DEA warning the public that the drug is targeted towards younger users. Charles Odell is with the Dilworth Center, which offers drug rehabilitation programs. He says he's seen people of all ages coming for treatment and says the colorful drug is a rebranding effort similar to old television cigarette ads.
Camel used Joe Camel, and it was a cartoon character. And the reason they did that was to market to younger people who were more interested in or swayed by the presence of a cartoon character.
The worry for Odell and police is the ease in which all ages can get the drug, because there are a lot of people taking deadly doses.
The last time I looked, you could get a gram of fentanyl. That's enough to overdose 500 people on the dark net for $10.
CMPD is working with Medic and the DEA to create a live mapping system for overdoses. The availability of Narcan is helping, but if cops know an area to target, it can lead to more arrests.
If there are overdoses, we can work backwards into those neighborhoods and get into those neighborhoods.
Then it's hoping to catch people before that overdose, or worse, happens.
Of all the counterfeit tablets confiscated by the DEA in 2022, of those that contained an opioid, 6 out of 10 contained a lethal dose of fentanyl. Your chances of dying from taking one of those pills is higher than not dying. And that's alarming.
Yeah, and CMPD is working with other agencies to create a website to track overdoses in the city of Charlotte. They say that website should be available in a few months after they finish some more programming operations. We're live in Uptown. Will Lewis, Queen City News.